The importance of mastering your emotions. In today's fast-paced and stressful world, the ability to stay calm and control your emotions is an essential skill. It's easy to get swept away by our emotions, especially when faced with difficult or unexpected situations or when we're provoked by others. But imagine living a life where you can face any challenge without letting emotions control you. Instead, you become the one who decides how you respond. Wouldn't that feel like a superpower? In truth, mastering your emotions is not a skill reserved for a select few. Anyone can develop this ability with patience and practice. One of the core principles of Buddhism is the concept of inner calm, or the ability to maintain a peaceful mind, regardless of external circumstances. Through this principle, we learn how to control our emotions instead of letting them control us. There's nothing more empowering than being able to maintain peace within yourself, no matter what life throws at you. Not only does this lead to a more serene life, but it also enables you to approach challenges with a clearer mind, making decisions that are both thoughtful and effective. This article will guide you on a journey to discover how you can master your emotions, stay calm in any situation, and apply Buddhist teachings to help you develop this invaluable skill. Regardless of who you are or your life circumstances, anyone can learn to manage their emotions and apply these lessons in daily life to become a more patient, composed, and emotionally balanced individual. Understanding emotions, their nature and impact. Emotions are an integral part of being human. They arise as a response to the events and situations we encounter, producing feelings of joy, sadness, anger, or anxiety. Emotions help us evaluate and react to the world around us. But if left unchecked, they can also lead to impulsive reactions that negatively affect our lives. We can think of emotions as more than just automatic bodily reactions. They are often the result of our thoughts and beliefs about the world. According to psychological studies, emotions are created when the brain evaluates a situation and responds through chemical and neurological reactions. For example, when we feel happy, the brain releases chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, creating a sense of well-being and contentment. On the other hand, when we experience anger, anxiety, or fear, the body releases cortisol, the stress hormone. Buddhism teaches that emotions arise when we become attached to certain desires or when we feel personally attacked by others. This attachment creates a strong emotional reaction, such as anger or frustration, which can cause us to lose control. In order to minimize the negative impact of emotions, Buddhism encourages the practice of non-attachment, letting go of our attachment to outcomes and learning not to let emotions dictate our actions and thoughts. A real-life example. We've all experienced situations where someone's words or actions have upset us. Perhaps a colleague made a harsh comment, or a friend canceled plans last minute. In those moments, it's easy to feel anger or disappointment. The immediate reaction might be to lash out or become defensive. But what if, instead, we paused, took a deep breath, and allowed ourselves to observe the emotion without reacting impulsively? By practicing emotional detachment, we can prevent these emotions from controlling us, helping us to respond in a more mindful and calm way. The power of emotional detachment. Emotional detachment is a key concept in mastering your emotions. It involves taking a step back and observing your emotions from a distance. much like watching a movie rather than being caught up in it. This doesn't mean pretending your emotions don't exist or pushing them away. Rather, it's about acknowledging them without letting them take over your thoughts and actions. In Buddhist teachings, strong emotions such as anger are often the result of attachment to particular outcomes or beliefs that others' words or actions define us. For example, if someone insults us, we may feel personally attacked because we are attached to the idea that their words reflect who we are. This attachment leads to a knee-jerk emotional response. However, if we can learn to view these emotions as temporary visitors, like clouds drifting through the sky, we can choose not to react immediately but instead give ourselves the space to process and let go of these feelings. Think back to a time when someone made a cruel comment, and your immediate impulse was to shout back or defend yourself. That's a natural response because, as humans, we often feel threatened by hurtful words. But emotional detachment offers an alternative approach. Instead of reacting right away, you could take a step back, breathe, and reflect on why you feel upset. Is it because you believe their words or because you're afraid of something? By identifying your emotions, you can stop the cycle that leads to an extreme response, such as shouting or lashing out. Instead, you become a curious observer of your emotions, allowing them to pass through without attaching to them. The practice of staying calm, a mindful approach. Emotional detachment isn't just about stepping back from situations. It's also about developing a mindset that allows you to remain calm, even in the face of adversity. Practicing mindfulness is a powerful tool in this journey. By spending just a few minutes each day in quiet reflection, you can train your mind to stay focused and composed. This might involve visualizing a peaceful setting, like a beach or a mountain, and allowing yourself to detach from any negative emotions that arise. Another useful technique is the "what if" mindset. Instead of reacting immediately to a stressful situation, pause and ask yourself, what if this is an opportunity to understand the person better? What if I can learn something about myself in this moment? This simple practice helps shift your perspective and slows down your emotional reactions, allowing you to approach the situation with a clearer, calmer mind. Over time, this practice strengthens your emotional resilience and helps you bounce back faster from life's challenges. A practical example. Let's say someone at work criticizes a project you spent hours on. Your immediate reaction might be one of frustration or defensiveness. But instead of lashing out, you pause and ask yourself, what if this feedback can help me improve? What if this person has a point, and I can learn something from it? By shifting your mindset, you allow yourself to process the situation calmly, respond thoughtfully, and use the feedback constructively. The role of self-sovereignty in emotional mastery. Self-sovereignty is a concept that plays a crucial role in mastering your emotions. It's about taking ownership of your emotional state and recognizing that no one else has the power to control how you feel unless you allow them to. This doesn't mean that you'll never feel anger or frustration. Rather, it means that you have the ability to decide how you respond to those emotions. When you embrace self-sovereignty, you understand that you are in control of your emotional world. You don't let others' words, actions, or the circumstances around you dictate how you feel. Instead, you create boundaries that protect your inner peace. And you practice mindfulness to stay grounded even in the face of emotional turbulence. By practicing emotional detachment and self-sovereignty, you can transform situations that would typically trigger negative reactions into opportunities for growth and reflection. You learn to manage your emotions consciously, without letting them overwhelm you, and this gives you the power to navigate life with grace and composure. Emotional intelligence and its role in mastery. To fully master your emotions, one of the most powerful tools you can develop is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence emotions, both in yourself and in others. People with high emotional intelligence are typically more adept at handling interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically. There are 5 key components of emotional intelligence. Self-awareness. This is the ability to recognize your own emotions and how they affect your thoughts and behavior. It's about being in tune with your emotional state and understanding its triggers. Self-regulation. Once you are aware of your emotions, the next step is to control them. This involves managing disruptive emotions, keeping them in check, and avoiding impulsive reactions. Motivation. High emotional intelligence often correlates with a high level of intrinsic motivation. Motivated individuals are driven by their own values and goals, rather than external rewards or pressures. Empathy. The ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathy helps you manage social situations effectively and navigate relationships with compassion. Social skills. This refers to your ability to manage relationships and build networks. It involves effective communication, conflict resolution, and the ability to inspire and influence others. Incorporating emotional intelligence in daily life. If you want to integrate emotional intelligence into your everyday life, consider the following tips. Practice active listening. This shows respect for others' emotions and fosters stronger connections. Reflect on your emotional reactions. After a difficult situation, think about how you felt and how you responded. Was it in line with your values? What could you have done differently? Use positive affirmations. Focus on reinforcing self-compassion and self-regulation. For example, remind yourself, "I am in control of my emotions," or "I can approach this situation with patience and clarity." Overcoming the struggles and challenges. Despite best efforts, there will inevitably be times when you feel overwhelmed by your emotions. Whether it's stress from work, personal challenges, or misunderstandings with others, you may find yourself struggling. The key is not to judge yourself harshly or to give in to feelings of failure. Buddhism teaches that the path to emotional mastery is not a straight line. It's a journey with ups and downs, with moments of triumph and moments of struggle. But even in those moments of struggle, there is value in the learning process. Acknowledge that it's okay to have setbacks. What matters is your intention and your consistent effort to improve. If you feel overwhelmed, try grounding techniques like deep breathing, focusing on the present moment, or taking a brief walk to reset your mind. These small actions can help you regain control and return to a place of emotional balance. Additionally, remember that emotional mastery is about progress, not perfection. It's not about eliminating negative emotions entirely, but about learning how to respond to them in a healthy way. A real-life scenario. Consider a scenario where you're in a heated discussion with a friend or partner. Your initial instinct may be to argue or defend yourself. But with the practice of emotional intelligence and mindfulness, you can pause, breathe, and choose to listen instead. Even if you disagree, you can hold space for the other person's feelings and respond with respect. This doesn't mean you're avoiding your own emotions, but that you're learning to engage with them in a constructive manner. The long-term benefits of mastering your emotions. Mastering your emotions can lead to numerous benefits in all areas of life. For example, improved relationships. By learning how to manage your emotions, you'll find that your relationships, whether personal or professional, become healthier and more harmonious. You'll be less likely to engage in reactive behaviors and more likely to foster understanding and empathy. Increased resilience. Life is full of challenges, and having emotional mastery enables you to bounce back from setbacks more quickly. Resilience doesn't mean you won't experience difficult emotions, but it means you can recover faster and approach future challenges with a stronger mindset. Greater personal peace. Mastering your emotions brings a sense of inner peace. You learn not to get swept away by external events or other people's behavior. You cultivate a deep sense of self-sufficiency and tranquility, regardless of what's happening around you. Better decision-making. Emotional mastery enables you to approach decision-making with a clear and calm mind, rather than making impulsive choices based on fear, stress, or anger. You're able to consider all factors and make decisions that align with your values and long-term goals. Healthier mind and body. Stress and unmanaged emotions can lead to physical health problems, such as headaches, digestive issues, and weakened immune function. By managing your emotions, you can reduce stress and promote better health. Emotional well-being is deeply connected to physical well-being, and emotional mastery contributes to a healthier body and mind. Conclusion. The path to inner peace. Mastering your emotions is not an overnight achievement, but it is a transformative journey that leads to profound personal growth and inner peace. By practicing emotional detachment, mindfulness, and emotional intelligence, you can gain control over your emotional reactions and respond to life's challenges in a more thoughtful and balanced way. Remember that emotional mastery doesn't mean you'll never feel anger, sadness, or frustration. Rather, it means that you'll have the tools to acknowledge and process these emotions without letting them control you. With patience, consistency, and practice, you can cultivate a state of emotional balance that will not only improve your well-being but also enhance your relationships and your overall quality of life. In the end, the journey of mastering your emotions is the journey of mastering yourself. It's about gaining the freedom to choose how you respond to the world, maintaining peace even amidst chaos, and fostering compassion for yourself and others. You are the master of your emotions, and with each step you take toward emotional awareness and control, you're moving closer to the inner calm that leads to a fulfilled, balanced life.